Welcome to Elizabeth Reads. Here I have Planet Earth. It's one of our Usborne Beginner series. Let's read it together. A place in space. You live on Earth, one of the 8 planets that move around the sun. Scientists think that Earth is the only planet with anything living on it. Things can live on Earth because it has the right mixture of heat, air, earth, and water. The sun keeps the planet warm. Living things, people, animals, and plants all need air to breathe. Over half of the Earth is covered in water, and all living things need water to stay alive. The middle of the planet is called the core. It is very, very hot in here. Around the core is the mantle. The rocks here are so hot that they're slightly squishy. The mantle is covered with a thin layer of solid rock called the crust. The Earth's crust is made up of pieces, and the pieces of crust slot together around the Earth. Very, very slowly, the pieces of crust move around. The place where the pieces slide past each other is called a fault. And pieces of crust can move smoothly along a fault, but sometimes they get jammed. Jammed pieces can suddenly start to slip past one another. The land above trembles and cracks, and this is called an earthquake. Big earthquakes can destroy buildings and tear up roads. There are even earthquakes on the moon. These are called moonquakes. As the crust moves, it slowly pushes some of the land up into tall, rocky mountains. The mountains in this picture are the Alps in Europe. It took millions of years for them to get so tall. Some mountains, such as the Himalayas, are growing taller every year. Mountain peaks stay snowy because the air is cold high up. So mountain goats need thick coats to keep them warm. Hot rock from the mantle can creep up through cracks in the crust and escape onto the land as a volcano. See the volcano erupting? The hot rock that escapes is called lava. Some people in Hawaii think that the goddess of fire lives in a volcano. Volcanoes erupt in different ways. Violent eruptions fling ash and gas high into the sky. And sometimes volcanoes throw out lumps of hot, sticky lava. Some volcanoes spray runny lava from a long crack in the ground. Some different rocks from around the world. All the land on Earth is made of rock, and there are 3 main types. Metamorphic rock has been cooked deep in the Earth's crust where it is very hot. Igneous rock forms when lava from a volcano cools in the air and turns hard. And jewels such as diamonds, rubies, and emeralds are found inside rocks. Sedimentary rock is made from layers of mud or sand pressed together. The different layers in this kind of rock make it look striped. It's very pretty. When it rains or snows on the mountains, the hard rock cannot soak up all the water, so water trickles down from the high ground in a small stream. Lots of streams join together to make a big river, and the river flows downhill all the way to the sea. A fast-flowing river picks up lots of stones and pebbles from the riverbed, and when the river slows down, it drops the heavier stone, but still carries small pebbles. As the river nears the sea, it slows down so much that it drops almost everything. The Nile in Africa is the longest river in the world. It is so big, it can even be seen from space. Rivers change the shape of the land as they flow over it. A river flows over the land, picking up stones and soil from the ground, and the stones bump along the riverbed, wearing away a groove in the land. Over many years, the river carves a valley into the ground below. Do you see the changes there? This is the Grand Canyon. It's in the United States of America. It took millions of years for the river to wear away this deep gorge. Not all rivers flow over the land. Some flow under it. Rivers that flow underground can wear away the rock to make caves. Stalactites hang from the roofs of the caves, and stalagmites grow up from the floor below. Stalactites and stalagmites are built up over thousands of years from tiny grains of rock carried into the cave by dripping water. Some caves have paintings on the walls that were made from people thousands of years ago. The coast is where the land meets the sea. Sand is made from broken up shells and rocks. The sea grinds the pieces into tiny grains and then washes them ashore. Waves crash against the sides of a cliff, wearing the rock away. Can be into an arch, and then the top of the arch can fall into the water and leaving a stack standing in the sea. Just like this one here. Some beaches have black sand made from volcanic rock. This is deep water. Oceans and seas cover more than half of our Earth, and many different things live there. Lots of creatures live near the surface where it is light and the water is warm. Deeper down, it is darker and colder, and fewer things live here. Sperm whales dive deep down looking for squid to eat. Scientists use submarines just like this one to dive deep into the sea and explore the ocean floor. Some deep sea fish glow in the dark to attract small fish, and then they eat them. Opposite of the oceans are dusty deserts. Deserts are the driest places on Earth, and very little rain falls, and the land is dry and dusty. The Sahara Desert in Africa is one of the biggest deserts in the world. Even in the desert, water is trapped in rocks underground, and over a long time, the water builds up and forms a pool. Plants grow near the pool, and it's called an oasis. People who travel across deserts often know where the oases are, and they stop there. Desert animals stay underground during the hot days and come out at night to hunt their food. Planet Earth is an amazing place. Greenland is the largest island in the world. Angel Falls, Venezuela is the world's tallest waterfall. It is 979 meters high. Some parts of the Atacama Desert in Chile went without rain for 400 years. Whoa. Mount Everest is the highest place in the world. It is 8,850 meters high. And the deepest part of the Marianas Trench is about 11,000 meters under the water. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. It once reached negative 89 degrees Celsius. And then here in the back, we have a bit of a glossary. So that is one of our Usborne beginners books called Planet Earth. So much wonderful information in there and so fun to read, isn't it? Feel free to subscribe and you can see all the books that I put on there for Elizabeth Reads.